right, so here we have the 2023 Audi Q3. Not much has changed from the 22 to the 23 model year, but I wanted to do a video on this vehicle because it's one of my favorites, or was one of my favorites, in the subcompact SUV, luxury SUV segment. My Q3 is tested, or this tester that I have is loaded, and it's even got the black optics package as well. Let's take a look on the inside. Got our steering wheel controls here. We've got our virtual cockpit there with our Google Maps, Google Earth Maps. Gonna turn these hazards off. We've got our push button start down there. Our dual climate controls there. This car does have wireless Apple and Android Auto. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Here on our door, we also have our memory seating there, which is kind of low, but at least it's there, and it is 2. If you see that little black thing right there, that is going to be your blind spot monitoring system as well. And then coming over here, you do get a armrest here, and it's kind of shallow, but it is there, which is great, and it's lined with this leather here, which is very soft as well. All right, so I want to talk about this backup camera because I really enjoy it. I think it's one of the clearest I've seen in quite a long time. I really enjoy this top-down 360 view here because it really helps you, especially on parallel parking, because it's going to show you how close or far away from this curb I am or you are, so that way you don't mess up your rims, because let's just face it, nobody wants to tear up their rims or scratch them. So this is very helpful. Also, another really cool thing about this camera is that you can hit this button right here and you get different views. So like, all of these are really neat and really cool. The most common one you're probably going to leave it on is this view. You hit that button to close it. Super neat. All right, so you're also going to get a full panoramic sunroof with this vehicle as well, and it goes back pretty far, which lets in a lot of light, which is fantastic because on this darker black interior, you really could use a lot of light. Okay, the light actually brightens it up in here a great deal. Let's talk about this virtual cockpit system here. So you have this all digital display, which is amazing. I absolutely enjoy it. I really do love it. And with these buttons over here, or this button rather, you can kind of toggle between this screen and see what all it has to offer. Excuse me. So let's take a look. So first, on this screen, we have our tach, and we also have our speedometer, and we get our map right in the middle as well. And it's very clear, very clear. Now, we can toggle between this, and we can get date and time. We get our fueling range, which this one's a little low on fuel. We also get our media source, which right now, nothing is actually connected. So that's why it's looking like that currently. You can see your phone here as well, which is also not going to be connected at the moment. And we are back at our map view as well. Now, and we're back at our date and time. So I'm gonna leave it on the map right now. Okay, so something else that you can do here with this little toggle here, you can zoom out, which I think is really cool. So you can zoom out, you can zoom in. Okay, so again, out, then we zoom in, okay? Now, if I come here and I hit view, it's gonna change that speedometer and tech as well to make it big and small. So we've got small here, we've got big. I'm gonna leave it in the small because I think it just looks better that way. Now, coming over here, we have all of our audio and our volume controls here as well. So this is gonna control our volume. Of course, it's gonna go up or down, and that is for that. We also have paddle shifters here as well, which are really, really great. Now, let's look at this screen over here because you get quite a bit on this screen. So right now it's on our home screen, and you can toggle between each one of these to get different types of features. But this is the home screen right here, and it would have the media and the phone there, but it's not connected at the moment. But also you can see that the navigation is also still there as well. Excuse that background noise. You can toggle here between home. This is our radio stations, our media source, telephone, and then we also have our map screen here as well. So something to note is that you can have both maps in both places. Don't know why you would really need that, but you can have both there. We've got our auto, not our auto. We have our climate control down here, our start stop button, and also they are going to give us a tuning knob here, and also volume, which is like really great. I really enjoy that. Okay. Our wireless charger is down here. Our drive select is right here as well, which is going to toggle between, we've got dynamic mode, individual, off-road, comfort, and auto. So individual mode is really cool because you can go in and personally customize how you want it to be. So that's fantastic. Our gear shift here as well, our parking brake, and they're also going to give us a 12 volt outlet. Now, right here with our key, we do get a traditional key. It's very Volkswagen-like, but it's like Volkswagen from back in the day like as well. So I'm hoping that they can kind of upgrade this and change that out soon. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the driving dynamics. Okay, so we're out driving the all-new Q3. Well, I guess it's not all new, but we're driving the 2023 Q3. And what do I think? All right, I think it's a really good vehicle. I really enjoy it. If I had to rate it out of a 10, I'd probably give it like a 6.5 or a 7. And the reason I would do that is because I feel that this car is dated. I think it's time for a refresh or time for really a full redesign because it's been out for a while, and I think customers want more. They want an updated version. The bones of this vehicle are really good though, and what you get in this vehicle is really good. You get a lot of features that you would not get in other brands, which I think is fantastic, such as this virtual cockpit. Now, yes, other brands give you something similar, but Audi kind of pioneered this, and their Google Maps, as I look at it, it's really dope. It looks really good. There's nothing like it, in my personal opinion. Now, there are things that I don't necessarily like. I don't like that there's no ambient lighting, or at least not in this one. Maybe there is. I can't really tell. I don't think my tester has the ambient lighting package. So that's something that I feel is just missing, that I think should be standard, because in things like a GLB, you're going to get that as standard equipment. So I think that's worth kind of roping in. Also, something else that I'm not the biggest fan of is the key. Why are we still getting a switchblade key? That's from Volkswagen probably like 8-9 years ago. I think it's time to update that. They have a new key that I think should just dwindle its way on down to this Q3 model. Thinking. The panel roof, I really enjoy that. I don't know, this center cockpit area here just looks a little bit on the dated side. It looks like it's something out of 2015, 2016, that era, which makes sense because that's kind of when this Q3 was born, right? So it all makes sense. It really all makes sense. Now, for the price, okay? This vehicle is $49,705. That's what the sticker is on this particular model that I'm driving right now. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's worth it, but I want to also go on record and say that you should cross-shop this vehicle because there are a lot of other options out there that are reasonably priced, that are in that same price point, that might give you a little bit more. And those are things like the all-new X1, the GLB, even the XC40 even, are all vehicles that I would cross shop with this vehicle. Now, it's gonna come down to personal taste on if you go with those or you go with this, but I still think it's worth looking at as well. What else can I say about this car? It's got a really smooth ride. It gives me Audi ride. It's not too firm, it's not too soft, it's right in the middle, which really works for me. It may not work out for you, but for me, it works. I do believe that when this car gets a full redesign, I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited to see what Audi does with it because it's got good bones. It's got good structure, great bones. I just think it's time for it to be refreshed or spruced up, redesigned. I think buyers are looking for that. And so with that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to the folks over at Mag Audi for making this video possible. And if you are ever in the market for a new or used Audi, definitely put them on your list because they will get you together all the way. All right. So with that being said, have a great week. Have a great day. Make today great. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great one. Bye.